Good game underway between Jason Hogg of Scotland and Wayne Jones, familiar face to many, good mate to Chris Masons. It was 3-0 to Jason, it's 3-2 now, so Jonah making a comeback. Yellow class and too strong though for Big John Anderson. 5-1 to the Dutchman. He was fast as he always is and very accurate on that evidence. Let's hear from him. He's downstairs with Isha.
Well played, Yele. It looked like a pretty easy win out there. How are you feeling?
It felt good, but it's never easy against John Anderson. He's a brilliant player, but I had a good start of the game. I missed a little bit too much doubles at the end, but 5-1 win, it's good for me.
Must be pretty excited about this tournament because you've had a good 12 months, you're probably feeling very confident, and you know that if you have a good weekend, you have a chance to get into that top 32.
Yeah, I know, but I don't want to think about it. I just want to play darts, and if I reach a later stage of this tournament, I will be in the top 32, but it doesn't matter if you're 34 or 31 or if you have to be in the top 16, so I'm not thinking about it. I just want to win my next game.
And of course that's a very big game next, the one that you'll play tonight against Andy Hamilton. How are you feeling about that one?
If I keep playing like this and hit my doubles a little bit better, I've got a good chance, and he never gives up. He's always a good fighter, so it's got to be a tough game.
Alright, thanks a lot for your time, well played and good luck.
Thank you.
Yep, so Yellen safely through, and we've got play aplenty this afternoon. 8 boards in progress. Well, obviously the main stage, we're awaiting the next 2 entrants, but there's plenty going on elsewhere. So to round it up, as always, it's back to Ned.
Plenty going on live right behind us. In fact, Aaron Monk is playing Carl Merchant, and he's being pushed all the way. 4-3 in that one.
Starts.
Just had match starts and missed them, so that's an interesting one. And on the other side, we've got Kevin McDine, of course, his 3rd match so far today. He's 3-1 up as things stand against Evan Hislop. So that's all still to be resolved, although it looks good for Kevin McDine. But earlier on, we saw some second round action, and James Hubbard, 5-3 winner against Steve Hine, the Pie Man.
Yeah, relief win there for James. He was defending £1,000 from last year, and his reward is a go with Michael Van Gerwen this evening. So he was well happy.
Absolutely, and Mick Todd, 5-3 winner against Dave Weston, and he, if of course Barney gets through, he'll face Raymond van Barneveld in the 3rd round. Has he got a chance?
Well, Barney looked good on his throw, but yeah, big ask.
Yeah, and what about this from Stuart Kellett? He checks out there to win his match against Michael Barnard, but he's not sure, he thinks he's got his maths wrong, and he's not sure he's counted right. Does that ever happen?
Well, I'm not sure what, no.
And in fact,
I don't usually get to a double, so
in fact, no, he's totally unsure, but he's there. He's got the nod, and yeah, the win was a win, and finally, he
5-1, it was comfortable. So
5-1, he can smile and take the win. So it's all hotting up now, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we were talking to some of the punters down here, and you were saying, Mace, this is the place to be, isn't it?
Yeah, they love it. They've got 6 games to choose from. Our other board, stage 2, is rammed. Like I said, it's very much like the tavern, low ceiling. It's got a lot of atmosphere in there, and Barney's just about to take the stage in there, so it's buzzing in there. Yeah,
it's buzzing down here as well, and the great thing is you can get really close to the action. Matt, back to you.
Thank you very much. And in fact, before Barney gets on to board 2, it is 3-3 now between Jason Hogg and Wayne Jones. So that match is hotting up nicely. As the boys said, Kevin McDine 3-1 up against Ewan Hislop of Scotland. Adam Hunt has had the better of Alan Derrett by 5 legs to 3. We'll keep you posted on everything that happens. Matthew Edgar beaten by Antonio Alcinas, I'm just seeing, 5-3. Meanwhile, of course, you can see the next 2 are out on the main stage. Isle of Wight 21-year-old Keegan Brown up against Emmanuel. Perhaps recognise the somewhat unorthodox Austrian Mensur Suljovic. And in the box for this one, the very fleet of foot Chris Mason will join Jim Proudfoot.
25. Thank you, Matt. Well, 2 men who finished inside the top 50 in the UK Open order of merit. Consequently, they qualified as of right for round 2 of this year's event. 25. For the winner of first ever place in the 3rd round, and a match tonight against either Tony Randall or Steve West. So Mensur Suljovic with a 25 wins the right for the darts in this first leg. From Vienna, a man who's yet to win a match at the UK Open, but someone who's reached the last 8 of a major tournament in the past. He once took the scalp of Michael Van Gerwen in the World Championships as well. Keegan, on the other hand, the player with a big future ahead of him, just 21. The ranking climbing steadily. He made waves with a 6-1 win against Phil Taylor in the Players' Championship back in October. 95. And confirmation of all the live scores in the other 7 matches going on at the bottom of your screen.
83.
Match between Aaron Monk and Carl Merchant has gone to a deciding 9th leg. We'll bring you the result of that one shortly.
.43.
Dennis Smith or Peter Hudson will play the winners of this one.
140. If
you're short of something to do, come and celebrate with Nobby this weekend. Sure he won't mind. Keegan Brown has effectively taken the darts here. It's been a very slow start for Mensur Suljovic. 268 in his first 12 darts. And that's better from him. Putting pressure on Brown as he looks for Shanghai 20s to take the first leg against the darts. As the single needs the treble.
56.
So 93 for Mensur Suljovic, who's got plenty of options. Single 18. Bullseye. An inauspicious leg, which he very nearly took. And another opportunity for Brown here. 16 for tops. Both players missing chances.
Yeah, his choice there to, on the previous visit, to go for the 48 to leave 32 only meant he had 1 dart at a double there instead of 2 at tops if he'd have stayed upstairs. 20 dart hold. Mensur. Impressive young man, Keegan Brown. A couple of victories over Phil Taylor.
100.
Serbian is some player, a regular on our screens, and even when he does lose, he pushes his opponent to the limit.
99.
As we've seen in the World Championships, when he was up against Mark Webster, beaten 3-2 in sets. And it's 4 darts to take a 2-0 lead in that.
100.
Not much you can say about that.
Trying to find something, but I'm not sure it's appropriate. Already looks a little bit disinterested. He's going to set this up perfectly. 16 for tops.
136.
And he'll be back as well. Miss for a leg against the darts. Keegan Brown yet to get going.
100. Mensur, you require 40.
Tops for Suljovic for an instant 2-0 lead.
The second leg.
And Keegan Brown already, after what, 4 or 5 minutes worth of darts, in trouble.
Yeah.
Throw first. Game on.
A relatively long game, best of 9, but a 2-0 down, it starts to feel like a sprint. Aaron Monk out 5-4 to Carl Merchant. Another disappointing day for
41.
young Aaron.
Just in keeping with how the last 12 months has gone for Aaron, really. Said beforehand, no excuses. They're going in all right in practice. If it doesn't go for me today, I've got no excuses at all.
Yeah, he's prepared right for this one. And that's all he needs to do, really. Bags of talent, just needs the right kind of preparation.
123.
Well, this leg's as good as over.
100. Mensur, you require 157.
At least 6 darts at 157 for Mensur Suljovic.
45.
That will frustrate him, as you could see by his response to that.
61. Mensur, you require 112.
Another big win for Tony Randall over Steve West, who's been in some great form. 5-4 in that match, Tony Randall. The action is fast and furious up there.
80.
And Tony's prize, of course, is to meet the winner of this one, which at the moment looks as though it's going to be Mensur Suljovic.
83.
Hasn't found his range at all so far, Keegan Brown. Double 16 then for Suljovic. 3 nearly leads.
Feels like minutes. In trouble, the young man, in this one now.
57.
Goes into this, the break after this one. He goes into this 4-0. It's all over. 3-1. Might have a squeak.
140.
This main arena filling up all the time.
60.
Yeah, we're playing in 3 rooms. Boards 3 to 8 in 1 room, and it's absolutely rammed up there. Great atmosphere.
60.
And then we have our stage 2 board in another venue within this complex. And I'd love to play in there, just like the Circus Tavern.
77.
Second bounce out. When it rains, it pours for young Keegan, having a mare.
And Suljovic against the darts in this leg as well. He's 6 ahead plus these.
134.
He's 167. Just not happening for the lad.
So you require 167.
Good start for him. Didn't quite get the treble 19 that he needed, but
28 left.
Sets it up very nicely indeed. And still, Keegan Brown miles away. Only averaging in the mid-70s. Suljovic in the mid-90s. Double 14. Well, he's hardly put a foot wrong or a dart in the wrong bed so far. Mensur Suljovic in next to no time leads Keegan Brown, the highly rated youngster, by 4 legs to 0. Only 1 more to make it through to the 3rd round when we come back.
Absolutely whooping him. How many games is there left then on the stage? 2 after, no. 1 more after this one, isn't it? No, it can't be.
No, there's 2. We're doing the next one. Stu and was back for another one,
Yeah.
which is John Park.
Ah, right, okay, Paul Hogan. Yeah, John Park, Paul Hogan. 5-2, nice one.
He can't have had any time at all between his...
No, he literally, when he played that game, he walked up there. I'd seen him have a couple of drinks to his pint, and they were asking him to go straight back on. Wayne Jones would be fuming with that. No money. Jeez. Don't even know who that dude is, Jason Hogg. Ian Lee, William O'Connor won. Webster won, yeah. Dave Pallet. Ross Smith, 5-3. Steve Nash, 5-0. Dave Lid, couldn't do much.
Quite a finish on board two. Wayne Jones was 3-0 down, dragged it back and had 3 at double 18 to beat young Hogg, but couldn't do it. Could not do it. And Jason Hogg finished it off double 10 to close it out. 5-4 win for him. Meanwhile on the main stage, Mensur Suljovic 4-0 up and cruising against Keegan Brown, who doesn't know quite which way to turn as it stands. Boys are back out and we go back to the box to join Chris and Jim.
And Mace, I would imagine that Keegan Brown over the last 3 or 4 minutes in that little interlude will have been beating himself up mentally.
Yeah, he already looked... He looked hurt by the second leg, to be honest. He looked a little bit disinterested and frustrated a bit early, but in fairness, Mensur's not let him get in the game. He's played lovely. 94 average.
100.
50% on his doubles. Scored well enough, finished well enough. But
60.
Young man Keegan Brown, he's proven his credentials in beating Phil Taylor twice in the last 6 or 7 months, so he can obviously play the game. It's all about experience at this stage.
100.
Yeah, didn't just beat him up 6-1 in the Players' Championship back in October, but
no doubt with darts like that.
there's almost a celebration of resignation as well.
Most definitely.
60.
Maybe just a glimmer of an opening though, because he's only 20 behind now. Trebles here, and he gets himself down to a finish and a chance. Another 180. Well, this is much better from Keegan Brown. Whatever he said to himself in that little interval seems to have done the trick.
A lovely wry smile. Whereas this form been for the last
100.
the previous 4 legs. There we go. 11 dart leg.
That's what he's all about, an 11 darter from Keegan Brown at double 18.
Game on.
That was the first dart he'd even had at a double since the first leg. And here is another maximum.
Effectively, that's 11 perfect darts. 180, 180, 45, double 18, 180. 3 180s in 4 visits.
Can he make it 4 and 5?
97.
Another shot with the third dart. Well, even if Brown holds here, Suljovic obviously
140.
3 legs left. He's only got to hold once in the 2 legs that he has the darts.
57.
An opening now in this one. Couple of trebles. His big favourite for the leg. Barney 2 up.
100. Keegan, you require 167.
Big win there for Ross Smith against Sam Allen. 5-3. Lionel Sams
97.
currently winning 3-2
21.
for the match. Options. 11 ball. Just make sure of the 11.
Bullseye for the match for Suljovic.
96. Keegan, you require 70.
Didn't even scare it. Double 18. to save the match. What, an 11 dart leg, followed by a 15 dart leg.
Strange way to finish it, but he got the job done, hitting that double 18 for the second successive leg.
105.
Lots of adjustment. Be interesting if double 18 is his favourite double, that he will. Well, 2 out of 2 at the moment on it.
34.
Came back after that interval, knowing that he needed to win 5 successive legs.
58.
Well, Georgia called it, but then
You have to retrieve.
Third dart fell out.
Yeah, you have to retrieve the dart out of the board. There are the rules. Look at this. Fourth 180 of the match.
All 4 in the match, thrown by Keegan Brown since the interval. Came out knowing he needed to win 5 in a row. He's won the first 2.
Favourite for this one. Massive favourite now. 6 darts at 187.
This is another leg against the darts.
Yep.
All of a sudden, Suljovic, who thought he was at the finishing line, the finishing line's getting further and further away in his mind.
The trebles are shrinking.
Keegan, you require 146.
Right, he's gone 2 treble 19s for double 16. What a finish.
In a 7th leg. Keegan Brown.
Brilliant darts from Keegan Brown. 4-0 down, having hit nothing all afternoon. He's then had an 11 darter. He's held his throw and then won again against the darts with a 146 finish. And it's 4-3. And still, he lives to fight another day.
11, 15, 15. Although, is that the opening that Suljovic needs?
$59.
Kevin Dowling currently leading Jamie Caven 4-3.
140.
Thought that one was in. Well, he doesn't lack confidence, the young man.
140.
Just filling those trebles up for fun. And that's his 5th maximum. And look at that, in terms of the averages, a point between them now, as near as makes no difference. There were 20 points between them at the interval.
Low 70s at 4-0. He's put 20 points on his average.
$100.
57 when he comes back to take it into a deciding leg.
100.
Literally a game of 2 halves.
Brilliant response, tops. Oh,
well, he's had a match start at the ball. Suljovic, he's now going to get a chance at 110 for the match. Needs a treble though.
Good start for him.
50, double 18. He's got it.
And the match, Mensur Suljovic.
And the spirited resistance of Keegan Brown finally comes to an end. Suljovic will just be mightily relieved that he got the job done. 4-0 up, looked as though he could throw it away, but he's done it and has gone through, leading Keegan Brown 5-3.